How's it going, everyone? Marriland here. That's right, it's time for more Terraria. Oh yeah. But you know what? I got some plans for today. And one of the plans is fishing. I know we've done a lot of work on the garden up here, which has just been wonderful, or the little greenhouse, and getting a whole ton of herbs and seeds and stuff like that. So that's really cool. But you know what? We're gonna want to make sure we have a nice fishing solution too, because fishing is really important in this game, and it's something I've been neglecting actually. So I think it's about time to take care of it. What do you say? So let me drop some blink root down here. Just wanted to do a little bit of gathering, and I'm gonna show you some pretty cool tricks. Wait, what was that? I think I set down the wrong seed, darn it. I got plenty of seeds at this point, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah, that Staff of Regrowth is just amazing. I love it. I love it so much. All right, let's just drop some more day blooms here. I guess I could really use some more of those. Seems like I'm using them in a lot of things. All right, we'll do quick stack, and we can even quick stack that, because I did get 2 of them. So, you may notice I have something in my inventory here. Yeah, so a little bit ago, there was a blood moon, and I didn't record the whole thing, but take a look at some of the stuff I got. Nice! I got the money trough! Oh man, that's exactly what I was looking for. Oh, that's so cool. I'll show you how this works once I finish the blood moon, but man, that was the item I was looking for. Oh, and speaking of the blood moon, this is another rare enemy that can appear during the blood moon. Actually, I guess in thinking about it, I haven't really run into one before. But yeah, this is the bride. She only spawns during the blood moon, and when you kill her, she sadly drops a wedding dress and wedding veil. That's so sad. Till death do us parted. But yeah, they are exclusive items. You can only get them from the bride, which is a rather rare spawn. And because I have the REK 3000, I can see where there's a rare enemy nearby. Oh, and hey, there's the groom. Yeah, a little hard to see, but he's wearing a top hat. And when you kill him, you'll get a top hat, which is great. Yeah, that's right. I finally got the money trough. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about that. On top of that, I even got the wedding dress, which is just a vanity item. I didn't really show it when I got it. Oh, I can't really see it very well, but yeah. Basically look like you're getting married. And a top hat, so that's pretty cool. I also got the raincoat and rain hat from the zombies. It's been raining forever, but yeah. This thing is amazing. It's like a piggy bank, but you just click and it spawns this flying pig thing. And you right click it and it functions like a piggy bank. It is amazing. It's such a good item because now I don't have to worry about carrying platforms with me and setting down a piggy bank. I can just use this straight from my inventory. It's just amazing. Another thing that's a good idea. Now that I've beaten Skeletron, I should buy the safe. So this costs 20 gold, but it's an additional storage thing. So I can drop this down wherever. It doesn't even require a, like a platform or anything like that. You can just drop it right down there. And like the piggy bank, or this thing, it has a separate inventory. Now this is completely separate from the piggy bank, but it works pretty much the same way. So now I have 2 extra inventories to put my items in. So that's really handy. Okay, I want to do some fishing. You know what? It's very important to do this. Particularly if you're playing on expert mode, by the way, but it's even pretty good in normal mode. I went ahead and I cleared out this area over here. I want to have a nice lake on the surface that I can go to without any major problems, so I figured this would be a good spot for it. But how on earth are we going to fill this lake? I mean, look, there's clearly not a lot of water here. Keep in mind that while fishing, you will have the most efficiency. See what I did there? The greater the total volume of the water is. So this will be more than sufficient. Ideally, you want at least, I think, 300 blocks or tiles dedicated to water. But what are you gonna do to fill it up? Well, you know what? you could use this one item you get much later that's like an infinite water bucket, or if you craft up a water bucket with some lead, I can show you, well, you have to actually fill it. In fact, here, let me show you how to do this, just in case you don't know. So you just left-click the water and you fill it into your bucket. That's really cool. But how are we going to fill this lake with one bucket? Can it be done? Yes, it can. And all you need is the letter J. No, I'm not kidding. Using any kind of block, doesn't matter what, go ahead and make yourself a letter J. Ideally, you want it to be like this. So there should be one block here, then a little indent, and then, I don't know, one or two up on the other side, right? Got it? Got it? Okay, good. Now, take your bucket of water, and what you're gonna wanna do, you're going to want to rapidly left-click using your mouse, or whatever you do to use your item. And water will drop both here and down here, and it will slowly fill up the lake. But you have to keep clicking. Watch and learn. It's slow. It's definitely not a very fast process, but it's a lot faster than going back and forth between two locations to try to fill up a whole lake. Trust me, that takes an eternity. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing this until this is full. So let's see how long it takes. Gold bunny! All right, I guess that's good enough. So, yeah, that's how you fill a lake with one bucket. Yeah, it's pretty magical, right? Yeah, so I'm going to be doing this in a few different biomes. It's a good idea for you to do that as well. I went ahead and I already did one over at the ice biome, or the tundra over here. So that's good for any of those fishing quests that request, you know, tundra surface. It's a good idea to have one for underground too. Although, to be honest, like, I have a really nice one right down there, and I got a good fishing spot down here. I need to make one in the corruption though. I don't have any really good water source over there, but I'll just repeat that process. Let's just take a look. We're gonna talk to the fisherman guy. And yeah, in fact, we need to go to the corruption right now, darn it. Yeah. Oh, so one other thing I need to mention. I did a few quests, a few fishing quests. Also, I did have the traveling salesman stop by, and for 10, maybe it was 15, I think it was 15 gold, he sold me an ammo box, which gives me a temporary buff if I right-click it. And then for 10 minutes, there's a 20% chance that I won't use up any ammo, like for my guns. It doesn't work with bows and arrows, it's only like bullets and stuff, but still very handy. And the stopwatch costs, I think, 5, and it shows how fast I'm moving, which, not like the most useful statistic in the world, but it can be kind of helpful. But, more importantly, I got, from one of the quest rewards, a fuzzy carrot. So, remember how I had this slime saddle? If I press R, I can hop around on a slime. I got this from the king slime as a drop, which is pretty cool. And it's neat and all, but this fuzzy carrot does something similar. It lets me have a, you guessed it, a rideable bunny mount. Let's go ahead and swap them out. This is amazing. Look, it's a gigantic bunny! I love it. And it runs pretty fast, too. And it has, I don't know, a kind of decent hop, I guess. It's kind of funny. Yeah. It's just so adorable, though. Too bad I don't get my rocket boots while I'm on it. But I do get the balloons effect, at least. So that's good. And I think this thing can run fairly fast once it gets going. Yeah, look at it. Look at it go. This is awesome. This is the only way to ride around the world, right? I don't know if it's really as useful as the slime, but hey, it's a bunny. I mean, gosh darn it. I want to ride around on a gigantic bunny. It's amazing. So yeah, I just need to do that whenever I need to cheer myself up. I just got hit by a slime. I'm like, what was that? So, I don't know, I'm gonna pass on that corruption quest for right now, because that's, well, I mean, I guess I'll give it a go. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see if I can get it with this Fisher of Souls. I just need to make my way to the corruption, and then I'm gonna have to do that whole, water bucket trick again to fill that up. But yeah, see, now we got a nice water pond over there, and we'll be able to fish on the surface for all sorts of things. So, actually, was this even the direction? Yeah, there's like a little pit down there. Alright, should be right down here. And it's not really the most ideal spot in the world, but for right now, it'll get the job done. If you are fishing in the corruption, something you might want to do is just try to seal the area off. Don't put anything in the water, though, but if you did something like this, I don't know, it will help. But ideally, we're going to make a nice surrounded area. I don't know, maybe I'll blow some of this up and we'll be able to, I don't know, just use that water bucket trick to make a nice pond for fishing. Actually, it's a really good idea to fish in the corruption anyway if you happen to have a corruption in your world. Although, if you have a crimson, it's a good idea to fish there, because there are some fish that you can get there that are very useful in potions. I know the ebon koi here are great for making endurance potions. I think it's endurance potions. And then there's another one in the crimson that is good for, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I don't remember, I think it's for heart reach potions. But yeah, very good stuff. Certainly worth fishing here. Actually, you know what? It's the armored cavefish that make the endurance potions, if I'm not mistaken. I think ebon koi is for something that increases your damage, which is also really good. Oh, there we go. The eater of plankton. Nice. So let me teleport back. And yeah, let me go ahead and deliver this to the person. Alright. Sonar potions and some silver. Not really all that great, but oh well. It's fine. Yeah, we don't need seaweed. That stuff's nasty. Okay. Let's go ahead and show off something else I wanted to show. Oh, you know what? Let me put this slime saddle away. I don't really need it. Alright. So something that I've been working on is actually down in the basement, but you know what? I'm going to want to grab one of my seeds over here. Yeah, the mushroom grass seeds. I think it's finally time to use these. So at some point, you're gonna want to make sure that you have a surface mushroom biome. So you need to have enough mushroom grass growing in order to make a mushroom biome. Now, surface doesn't actually have to be on the surface. As long as you hear your standard music, then you'll be able to have the surface, which is good. For instance, if I go down here, now I'm underground, so won't work down here. But up here, it's still considered the surface, and that's just fine. So I wanted something kind of underground. I will open this area up a little bit, but mushroom grass will spread over to adjacent blocks. So what I'm going to do, you have to place it on mud, so it's a good idea to go through the jungle first. Although you can use dirt with either a source water nearby or a sink, and you can craft it into mud. So yeah, make sure you have a lot of mud blocks, and let's see, I'm going to just right click, or left click I think, and voila, now we have mushroom grass growing. I should probably also do something with the walls over here, but it's not urgent. This is going to take a while to grow, but it will slowly spread, so it's a good idea to do this you know, sooner rather than later. You don't have to have it as big as this, but I figure I might as well. Now, there are certain fish that you can only get in a mushroom biome. I don't remember if it's just quest fish or otherwise, but it is a good idea to have a mushroom biome fishing spot, and I figure I might as well put one here, and eventually I'll put a house here. But yeah, getting things going for that. Okay, next up on the list. I didn't really talk about it, but I did get the bound mechanic over here, and I was thinking about it. It's like, wait, what? What's going on here? There's no doors, right? How on earth does she have a house with no doors? What? Well, I was thinking about it. These are kind of meant to be like, I don't know, a ladder or something it's supposed to look like. But if ever you have platforms, they count as doors. So this is, even though I can walk right through it, it's considered a door. So this area here is a house. That's pretty great. So it's like, you know what? I'll build her something else later. But for right now, we can go ahead and talk to her and buy some stuff. So this is where you get into some of the fancier things in the game. Yeah, this is where you start working with like mechanical kind of stuff. So pressure plates, you've stepped on them, you triggered traps, you're probably like, oh man, this stinks. Well, these you can now just buy, and some of them activate when players step on them, some of them activate when anything steps on them, and some, like the yellow pressure plate, activate when anything but a player steps on it. So that's pretty handy. Also, this mechanical ruler is a good thing. Let's spend some money. I'm gonna buy this ruler here, and as you can see, it takes up a lot of screen space, but this, combined with the other ruler, can be a great way to kind of figure out, you know, synchronizing items and stuff like that, or blocks and things. You know, if you're trying to work on a nice build, it also does kind of fade away when you're moving, which is handy. Great for building, definitely great, but pretty annoying for other purposes. Alright, now let's go ahead and buy a wrench. So there are 4 different colors of wrenches here. Now, you buy just standard wire, but depending on which wrench you use, it places wire of that color. Also, you'll want to have a wire cutter to remove it. Not a bad idea having a wire cutter kind of on your inventory, just in case you run into traps, because that can also get rid of traps. So definitely buy one of those, and I'm just going to buy a red wrench. You probably don't need more than one color unless you want to do different things with them and not have them, like, touch. It's kind of complicated, but not a bad idea. Alright, let's buy a bunch of wire here. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's make some shark statues. What do you say? So we can take either a switch or a pressure plate to activate it. I guess I'll take a switch. Or there's a lever, which would work as well. Let's just buy some of these things to show them off. Also, the actuators here, they work with solid blocks, and they turn them, or they toggle them between solid and not solid, which is pretty nice. Okay, so let's take one of these statues, for instance. Alright, certain statues do activate something when you, give them a signal. In this case, we can, summon some sharks, and actually bombs would work, too. Wonder if any of these other things would. Maybe. Well, we're just gonna do it with this for right now. So, let's take the shark over by the water. Alright, so, we need to set down this shark statue. It can be anything, but, I don't know, we're just gonna do this for now. Okay, so, we don't actually, like, place the wire. Again, you need to use a wrench in order to place it. Kind of like the, you know, living wood wand and stuff like that. Also, while you're holding a wrench, you'll see any wire. So in this case, we're just gonna wire it up. Let's step back a little bit. Sharks can be dangerous, right? And as you can see, well, you can't see anymore. Yeah, you have to be holding a wrench or a wire cutter, or any kind of thing that would activate it, like a pressure plate or a lever. So let's put this lever here. Will this work? Instant shark. Instant shark. Instant shark. We got so many sharks. They're not in the water though, so that's hardly any fun. But, as you can see, we can now farm sharks for their shark fins, which can be useful in some potions. But you know what? Maybe a button isn't the best way to do that. Let's say we just want to step on a button. Bing! Instant shark. And we could even probably set this up in lava to have the sharks fall into lava as soon as they're spawned and then die and drop their item. Ah! Another shark! Look at that! And another one. So yeah, that's why collecting statues can be a good idea. Now, this is not the only use for pressure plates and wiring and stuff like that. And let's go ahead and remove the wire with my wire cutter. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about sharks anymore. You can also use actuators to, or not actuators, like wires and actuators to kind of work on different things. So let's take my fishing spot, for instance. One of my concerns is that someone is eventually going to fall in there, and that's going to be a pain. So, you know what I think I'd rather do? Actually, will this work? Is this enough space? 1, 2... I don't think it's enough space. Well, alright, that wasn't the best of ideas, but here's what we're going to do. We're gonna make, like, something. I don't know where, but let's just play around with it, just so you can get the idea. Maybe I'll do something with these later on, but for right now, let's take some wood, okay? So, you know, we have a nice little wooden house, and maybe rather than having a door, we want a switch to open it, and we want it to be of whatever material. So, we can place, I think it's, you place these actuator things there, and then, when you give it a signal, it'll change. So, for instance, let's say, let's do that. Did that do anything? Yeah, it shouldn't have done anything. Okay, but if we press the button, and those are hooked together, is that it? Oh, I need to set it over one more. All right, now what happens? See, it went transparent for a moment. When it's transparent in the background, you can walk behind it, and other things can walk through it. When you press the button again, it, oh, Miles opened the door. So yeah, that can be a kind of useful way to, I don't know, make doors and contraptions and stuff. There's all sorts of fun things that you can do with these. I'm just scratching the surface. But yeah, again, if I wanted to get rid of those, I would need to use the wire cutter to get rid of them. And I can set down all sorts of wire and stuff. So like, I don't know, we'll have to think of some practical uses for this. They're very good in traps and things. But for right now, I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, show a basic example with the shark statue, because that's probably the easiest thing to do. If you get heart statues, oh yeah, I can get unlimited bombs because I can activate it with that, which is very handy. Alright, I should probably put these in a chest somewhere, but for right now, oh, I'm gonna put them in my building 2 block, or chest. There we go. Yeah, we'll definitely play around with this later. Alright, so what else do I need to do? I need to see what my fishing quest is for today. Glowing mushroom fields. Hey, isn't that convenient? Except for the fact that it's too soon. Because I don't have my my new thing set up just yet, do I? Alright, let's put these sharks away. Shark fin, because that can be used to craft a certain type of potion. Actually, I think we're going to want to make that potion anyway. So, I'm not going to where I kind of alluded I'd be going last time. I'm going to save that for another episode. Because right now, I just want to do a little bit of maintenance around. You know, we've had a lot of exploration and bosses and stuff like that. I might go back and fight the queen bee, though. But I just kind of wanted to, you know, just take a moment. Because we're about to enter kind of a point of no return. After we fight the next boss, things will change around here, to say the least. And there are certain preparations you want to have made. For instance, having a place where you can grow all of your plants, good idea. Having good fishing spots that are well protected, good idea. Exploring all sorts of areas, getting NPC houses built, good idea. Blindly going into the next boss, bad idea. It can be scary. It can be fun, though, but Yeah, not generally recommended. So we're gonna probably spend a little bit of time working on getting ready for that. Now there is a glowing mushroom biome. I think down here somewhere. Yeah, right down here I should be able to fish. Which will work in the meantime. Oh, darn it. I brought my staff of regrowth with me. That's why I put 2 of them in that chest. Because it seems like I always forget to drop it off again. Hold on, I do have my balloons, right? Yeah, I'm good. Alright, what have we got around here? So I think I'd be a little bit more efficient in fishing if I combine all these water sources together. Okay, mildly more efficient. The only concern I have about this setup is I want to make sure that the background here is of the mushrooms, because otherwise I might not actually be in the mushroom biome. But I've done this here before, so we'll just do this for right now. Oh, you know what? Let me equip my fishing earring that I got as a quest reward. It increases my fishing skill a little bit. Wow, there we go, first try. Nice. All right, and my prize for today is a fish costume mask, fish costume skirt, and a fin skirt. That's nice. Let me see how this looks. Oh my gosh, I look like a giant fish. That's pretty awesome. Hey guys, what's up? I'm a fish. Yeah, you know what? Sure, let's go for it. I'm gonna be a fancy fish, though. Actually, I like this a little bit better. Yeah, I'm a fish. Okay. So, yeah, it's so silly. All right, let me put this, I guess I'll put my Miss Goodies, we'll put the robot hat there, which is really cool to have gotten. What else was I gonna do? All right, so on the topic of fishing here, one great place to fish is, the ocean. Yeah, you can get all sorts of really good items over there. So, I'm gonna go ahead and make my way to the ocean, and we'll see if we can fish up some pretty cool stuff. Again, if you have any bonuses like the angler earring or something, that'll definitely help. But even if you don't have anything, just fish there long enough and you should be fine. Although, you will burn through your worms if you've been catching worms, but let's see what I can get. Alright, here we are at the ocean. Nice. So I guess I'm just going to set up right here, and let's just see what I get. And you know what? Actually, we're gonna have to end things here. I know, we didn't get as much done today as we'd like, but at the same time, I felt it was very important to go over a lot of the things that I went over today. So, we'll do a little bit more exploring and stuff on the next episode of Marriland's Terraria Adventure. See you next time, everyone!